Imagine a country so peaceful that it might almost seem boring, with no wars, coups, revolutions, or major unrest for years. That country exists, Uzbekistan. Located in the heart of Central Asia, it was once a vital link on the ancient Silk Road, where East and West met centuries ago. In this country, Russian is still widely spoken alongside Uzbek, making everyday communication easier and reflecting its Soviet past. This linguistic mix coexists with strong cultural ties to neighboring countries such as Kazakhstan, with which it shares history, traditions, and a common Central Asian identity. Here, various ethnic and cultural influences blend together, combining Turkic, Persian, and Slavic roots that can be seen in urban life, architecture, and local customs. The climate is mainly continental, with very hot, dry summers and cold winters, which strongly influence daily life. Although Uzbekistan is predominantly Muslim, it generally follows a relatively secular social approach, especially in larger cities, which has a direct impact on everyday life. You may not know the name of this country, but you have almost certainly seen or heard about some of its cities, its history, or its importance along the Silk Road without paying much attention to it. Based on my experience there, Uzbekistan is an affordable country, but not as inexpensive as it is sometimes portrayed online. It is not a low-cost country. In fact, I would say that countries such as Georgia or Armenia can be more affordable in certain respects, particularly when it comes to rent, where apartments can still be found for less than 200 euros per month in some parts of the Caucasus. Welcome to Uzbekistan, one of the most affordable countries in the world. Imagine spending only $10 to $15 a day and living comfortably. A lunch consisting of plov, traditionally baked bread, and green tea with lemon can cost just a few dollars, less than a coffee in many Western European cities. This low cost of living is one of the country's main attractions for visitors. A night in a simple hotel typically costs between $10 and $20. A taxi ride within the city usually costs between $1 and $3, and a full street food meal rarely exceeds a few dollars. In practice, this makes the country an attractive option for long stays or a slower pace of life, even if it is not always the ultra-cheap destination many people imagine. Another aspect frequently mentioned by visitors upon arrival is the experience of walking around the cities. In Tashkent, as in Almaty, the strong Soviet heritage is visible through wide avenues, monumental architecture, and above all, underground pedestrian crossings that allow people to cross major roads. This urban design creates a unique experience for those exploring the city on foot. To navigate the cities, apps such as Yandex Maps and Yandex Go are almost essential, as Google Maps does not always function properly throughout the region. Taxis ordered through Yandex are generally very inexpensive, often costing less than 2 euros, even for a trip from the city center to the airport. Public transportation is even cheaper, with tickets costing only a few cents. Regional travel can also be remarkably affordable. From the Caucasus to Almaty, flights can sometimes be found for under $100, while flights between Uzbekistan and Georgia may cost less than $200 depending on the season. Even overnight first-class train tickets can cost around $50, depending on the route. All the footage shown in this video was filmed by me personally on location without using third-party material or recycled content without permission, unlike many other travel videos. In this context, one of the topics most frequently discussed by visitors is the presence and style of Uzbek women. In cities such as Tashkent and Samarkand, you will encounter a unique cultural blend shaped by Turkic, Persian, and Slavic influences. This is reflected in a wide variety of clothing styles. From modern urban fashion to traditional elements, Uzbekistan offers remarkable diversity. Many women actively participate in professional life, studying, working, and occupying important roles in public spaces. The cost of living is another key point. A street food meal costs between $2 and $5, a taxi ride between $1 and $3, and a standard hotel room between $10 and $20 per night. The third major aspect is the country's historical significance. Uzbekistan was a major crossroads along the Silk Road, where merchants from China, Persia, India, and Europe exchanged goods, ideas, and cultures. The country witnessed the rise of great empires and historical figures such as Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, and Tamerlane, all of whom contributed to the cultural and architectural development of the region. Cities such as Samarkand and Bukhara preserved this legacy through their blue domes, ancient madrasas, and historic squares. At the same time, Uzbekistan is a predominantly Muslim yet relatively secular country, which influences urban life and social diversity. Uzbek is the official language, but Russian remains widely used in everyday life, particularly in Tashkent. Hospitality is at the heart of the culture. Tea plays an important social role, and even the way it is served can influence conversations and social interactions. The capital city, Tashkent, combines historic architecture with Soviet-style metro stations decorated with marble and crystal chandeliers. When night falls, Tashkent transforms. The city comes alive, with restaurants, bars, and entertainment venues remaining open late into the evening. The nightlife blends modern music with local influences, creating a vibrant urban atmosphere that often surprises visitors. Safety is another important aspect. Uzbekistan is generally considered a country with a relatively low crime rate compared to many other destinations. Many visitors feel comfortable moving around the cities, although normal precautions should always be taken. The local population is generally welcoming and respectful. As with any tourist destination, inflated prices can sometimes occur, so it is advisable to verify prices before making purchases or using transportation services. Uzbekistan is also known for its abundance of natural resources. It is one of the world's leading gold producers and possesses significant reserves of natural gas, oil, uranium, and coal. These resources form a major pillar of the national economy. In agriculture, cotton, often referred to as white gold, remains a key product, although its historical expansion has had major environmental consequences. The most famous example is the Aral Sea, which nearly disappeared due to the diversion of rivers for intensive cotton cultivation, becoming one of the largest environmental disasters in the region. In recent years, population inflows from Russia have increased pressure on the housing market, particularly in Tashkent, where rents have risen in certain districts. Uzbekistan is one of the few countries in the world that is doubly landlocked, making it geographically isolated yet strategically positioned at the heart of Central Asia, covering more than 440,000 square kilometers. It remains a major historical crossroads between East and West. Today, the country combines a rich history, rapidly evolving urban life, a resource-based economy, and deeply rooted traditions, from traditional bazaars to the modern avenues of Tashkent, and from historic cities such as Samarkand and Bukhara to its evolving contemporary culture. Uzbekistan maintains a rich identity that continues to develop and adapt. If you enjoy this type of content, subscribe, leave a like, and support the channel to discover more hidden treasures around the world.